All right, so when I say the delusion is real, it's 100% real. So it says men have to accept our bad choices.
Stop the cap.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen, sweetie. So let's get to the video.
Hey guys, it's your girl D, and I'm back with my 2 cents. So, why is it that men are expected to take on women's mistakes? Why is it that men are expected to just accept a woman with all her flaws and all of the choices that she's made that she's not proud of? Why is it that men have to level up and men have to rise to the occasion in order to please women, in order to be in relationships with the woman? And
Exactly.
then women can just be who they are and not be.
And you wonder why the passport bros exist? This is the reason why. Because women get away with so much crap in the United States without being held accountable for their own actions. And then they blame us for their downfall instead of taking responsibilities for their own actions, which is a huge red flag to so many people out there that just want to meet good women.
Just what's acceptable. I think that that's part of the problem that we have in dating and in relationships.
Exactly.
As women, we have to start realizing that we are not perfect. We have to start realizing that there's more that we need to do in order to attract the type of men that we want. We got to stop this narrative that, oh, because I have a degree that's just enough. That's not enough, sis. We got to start realizing that, hey, we're flawed. We're not perfect individuals, and we can't expect the men to be perfect as well. You cannot think that you can live the majority of your life and make the mistakes that you've made or made the decisions. We don't even have to call them mistakes. We could say decisions. Made decisions you made or choice.
She definitely said it, because I'm getting to a point in my life where I don't even want to start dating right now, because I've got so much stuff that I need to do with my own life before I decide to jump into the dating world, into the dating scene, because I've been hearing so many dating horror stories from men that they've had bad dating experience in the United States. If a guy asks them a question, what do you think, or what does a man have to do to make you happy? And the first thing they say is money. Give me money, 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 money. Without getting a chance to know the guy, without trying to finesse the man. It's like you're just asking everything out of him to be a bankroll instead of try to get into a traditional serious relationship like you're supposed to be. But nowadays, love is just dead in the dating market. Everybody just having sex with one another all the time. And you wonder why 30% of people who have sex on the first date don't even usually see each other again. There's just a bunch of hit it and quit it. Next thing you know, they end up getting pregnant by somebody's child and don't even know who the baby father is. And I've always said this in my videos, y'all, wrap it up. Because if you don't want to get caught up in that situation, wrap it up. Or better yet, don't have sex until you're married. Am I right or not?
But you got to understand that you can't expect men to just accept you and everything that comes with you. If he has a preference and he doesn't want to accept that, he has every right not to accept you the way you are. Just like you don't want to accept any man, or if you have a preference and you have a certain qualities that you want in a man, you want to feel like you can go after that type of man that you want, and you don't want to settle. So you got to understand that you can't ask men to settle and just accept something that he just doesn't want to accept. And one of those things is women with children. A lot of men who don't have children don't want to accept women with children. And we have to start accepting that and stop trying to shame men for having a preference.
I think that's the problem nowadays, is that when we say we want in a woman, they will always shame us, call us misogynists without even understanding the definition of the word, or calling us picky and all that feminist nonsense without even hearing us out of what we want in a relationship, what we want in a woman. We don't give two craps about your education. We want to know, what do you bring to the table? Because if you're just going to bring home headaches, disrespect, the nagging, the bad attitudes, and you being a thought, a whore, while you're in a committed relationship to a good man that is trying to treat you like the queen that you're supposed to be, you got to treat him like the king. And the two of you supposed to have a happy marriage, a happy life, creating a beautiful family. But you would rather be a hoe in the street no matter how old you get. And you're not even mature enough to even grow from your past mistakes and grow up a pair. You know what I'm saying? And so that's the problem in today's society. It's like when we say what we want, we're called all things that they don't even know the definition of a word. Hell, I've seen women going on interviews every time when they talk about Andrew Tate, and they always say, oh, he's a misogynist. He always talking trash about women. Since when? Yes, some of the things he say doesn't make any sense, but at the same time, that doesn't make him a bad person. You're just saying that because you don't like the guy without even knowing his backstory. But you don't even know what the word is, but you're just saying it just to say it. And as soon as somebody asks you, what is misogynist? What is misogyny? And you can't even say that. All I hear is crickets. When women do it, it's justifiable. But when a man does it, it's a problem. Help me make it make sense.
I have a preference too. If I don't have kids, I don't want a woman with a ready-made family. I want to have my own kids, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Exactly.
The more we start to understand each other and accept each other for who we are, and understand that if you made some decisions in your life, and this goes both ways for men and women, if you made some decisions in your life early on, and the outcomes of those decisions are not really what you expected, you can't get mad at anybody else. Just accept them and try to figure out a different route to take. There's more than one way to skin a cat. Either try to find a man who's okay with that, or, figure out another way. But to try to shame anybody for having a certain standard is not cool. Like I said, this goes both ways. It goes both ways. Women, if you have a preference and you have a standard, that's fine. Go with that. But if you have a certain preference that seems unrealistic and you're not getting the outcomes of that, then you have to be smart about it. A lot of women, black women, say we have the most educated women, but why don't they?
So they always want to throw around, oh, I'm educated. I know this. I'm good with this and that. Like, we don't care. Just like someone asked me, am I autistic or not? If I'm, you know what I'm saying? If I'm autistic, they're going to date you regardless. They're going to date me regardless of who I am as a person. It's not because of your disability. It's for the person of who you are as a whole, about your character. Sometimes you need to get to know the person before jumping into a serious relationship where you know that's important. I just want to throw that out there.
It's not a jab or anything at women, but it's just to be realistic. Because now, honestly, a lot of the way our women are talking is starting to sound really strange. You have to start using some logic. Everything can't be based off of feelings and emotion and what you can manifest. We got to start thinking logically too, and being more realistic in our approach and what it is we're actually looking for. You got to start to reevaluate what's important, what it is that you really want, and try to find rational, reasonable ways.
And that's another thing that bothers me about that as well. When they want us to accept their bull crap and accept their trash behavior and just roll with it so they can become bad as well, that is not how relationships supposed to be. Hell, I was watching an episode on the Whatever podcast, and these OnlyFans bras, the 304s on the podcast, talking about how I love doing OnlyFans because it makes me feel good. Yeah, but at what cost though? Like, does it make you feel good mentally doing it? Selling your body on the internet? Having sex with multiple people online? Does it make you feel good mentally? Because no matter, listen, if you make certain decisions like that, you're going to get judged one way or another. Your family is not going to support you because of what type of content you put out. It's like you're doing porn and you becoming a porn star. You think your family is going to support that? They're not. They're going to just own you. They're not going to want anything to do with you since you went out there to the world of the filth. And then they're going to try to get mad at us. We'll try to tell them the truth. They didn't want to accuse us of being judgmental. Okay, fine. But at least we're trying to tell you the truth at the end of the day, And whether you like it or not, porn and OnlyFans are the same thing. Online prostitution, having sex on camera, sex traffic, they're all the same. And they want us to accept their lifestyle? I don't think so. I mean, it's just like what Kevin Samuels said. Rest in peace to him. In 5 years, when OnlyFans shuts down, Subway will be hiring. Welcome to the real world.
If you're not getting what you say you want using your own feelings and emotions, that means you need to try something else. And the first way to start is just to not expect men to handle you and take on all of the choices you made freely unto yourself and think that the outcomes of your choices has to be pushed onto a man and that men are supposed to accept you. And if he don't do it, he's not a man. No, he's a man. And he has standards, and he has the right to choose what it is he want to deal with and what he don't want to deal with. I'm just saying.
And man, shout out to Didi for this awesome video she just uploaded. Look, I just want to get my 2 cents in before I end this video. Sometimes in life, when you know you did wrong, at least you could do is own up to your responsibilities and just grow as a person. And since you refuse to do that, men are not going to want to be with you. It's all about taking accountability. And we all know that accountability is everyone's kryptonite. You see the word, no. They see the word accountability, they run away from it. No matter what they do, they run away from it. They do one bad thing and they just avoid and dodging every person that's trying to hold them accountable for their own issues. And they want us to accept the behavior. No, that's when you're in a relationship, you have to set boundaries for yourself and for the relationship, including your marriage. If you allow your partner to walk over you, you're at fault. You're not the adult in the situation. If you allow people to walk over you and spit all over your face, because one way or another, if you continue to do that, chances are you're going to end up being the most miserable person for the rest of your life. If you cannot fight back and say no more. The disrespect, the verbal abuse, the lies, and the manipulation, I'm not going to tolerate it. Because no matter what bad decisions you make, you need to walk away from it. Walk away from that person that continues to make the same mistakes over and over again. You can't expect a man to stay by your side if you just going out there being a slut. And this is why I've always said this as well. Dads, if you're watching this, be in your child's life, because if not, the streets can have him. And this is the honest truth. So the original video, the link will be in the description. If you enjoyed what I have to say and my reaction to the video, chime in the chat and I'm out of here.